Hi, I'm TJ Schwanke.
And I'm Vanessa Harrop, and welcome to Outdoor Quest TV.
On today's episode, we're headed up to central Alberta to hunt with our good friends Jen and Curtis Fisher from Silver Willow Taxidermy. And Vanessa has a very special draw mule deer tag, so obviously that's our first priority. But we both have general whitetail tags, and the deal is if we see a really good whitetail buck, I get first opportunity.
Right. So we saw loads of good mule deer bucks early in the hunt, but either I couldn't get a shot off in time or they just wouldn't offer a shot. I gotta say, I was getting a little frustrated.
Oh man, speaking of frustrating, about halfway through the hunt, we saw this absolute giant whitetail buck about 150 yards away. Unfortunately, he was standing right on top of a ridge on skyline, and there was no way we could take a safe or ethical shot. So we just kind of waited and hoped that he would run down and stop once the ridge got behind him and offer a safe shot, but he never did.
No, he certainly didn't. But you know, late in the second to last day, we made a stalk on a really big mule deer. But my bad luck continued.
Yes, it did. 267. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so we just made a really quick stalk on a mule deer buck and got down on the bipod. By the time I got set up, all I had was a Texas heart shot. I'm not going to take that. Fortunately, the doe took off and the buck is like running at Mach 100. So we're going to take off and see if we can catch up. So let's get going.
They just went over that ridge over there.
Yeah, like right up there. There they are.
440. Get down, kid. Get down. Get on. $440.
Okay, 440.
No, he's over the top.
Yeah, let's get moving.
No, let's just go slow. And she's pretty spooked. I imagine they were done with him.
Well, let's just keep moving. You never know. Sometimes they stop over the other side. So I'm just gonna.
We got quite a bit of time.
Gonna reset everything, just in case we get over and he's right there.
Head back to the truck.
Yeah. Stock number 115.
Now we've seen lots of bucks. So just that was a good buck, that one.
Oh, it was all the good bucks that we keep seeing. They don't give us 2 seconds, do they?
No.
Okay.
The third good buck we've seen today. All right. Let's just go back. We're gonna go back to the left here, I think, and back to the truck. For us, the hunt is about the journey.
That journey has taken us around the globe.
And we are just getting started.
The journey continues on season 23 of Outdoor Quest TV.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco and Tika Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions. Well, we were getting pretty dejected at this point. You know, it'd been a long week with a lot of failed stalks, and we still had a long walk back to the truck to meet Curtis and Lyndon. But you had a hunch that we should take a look over just one more ridge to see if we could see that big mule deer buck, didn't you?
I sure did. I mean, it was getting to prime time and the temperature was really dropping.
Well, speaking of that, we were getting really sweated up chasing this big mule deer buck around. And this is where having proper base layers, you know, that layer that sits right against your skin, is critical. You know, those base layers can't be made out of fabrics like cotton that get wet and stay wet. They need to be made out of fabrics that wick that moisture away from your body and dry quickly.
And these are typically synthetic fabrics, but Stony Creek has designed a fabric that's a blend of synthetic fibers and merino wool in their Thermal Dry Plus line that offers the warmth of wool, but dries and wicks moisture away from your body 20% faster than wool alone.
Well, you know, these high-tech base layers are an absolute must with this run and gun style of hunting that we do. But speaking of musts, why must you always put that black wool rancher's hat on when it gets cold? I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a real fashion statement.
You know what? Sometimes it's all about staying warm. But, you know, I had this hunch that we had to go and look over that one more ridge. So off we went after I changed my hat. Well, we just came over that ridge. So, I think we got about 35 minutes left of legal light, but it's getting a little chilly out, so I'm gonna change my hat. I hate having cold ears.
Nice hair, by the way.
That's why I wear a hat. Much better. Okay, let's keep going. Get through this bush a little bit, then we can maybe see better.
Yeah. Just go slow. Hang on a second.
What?
Is that a deer straight out there? It's on the edge of that slough.
Where?
Okay, there's a deer. He's looking right at us. It's a big deer. Let's just get up to the edge.
How far is he?
314.
314.
It's a really big deer, like really big deer. Okay, 314. He's looking right at us. He knows we're here, so you're gonna have to get on him quick.
Yep.
You see him?
Yeah, he's looking straight at us.
I don't think you're gonna get any other shot but that one. That sounded like a hit. Watch that opening to the left. I saw him go left a bit. It's definitely a hit though.
I was just so concentrated on getting on him quickly. I can't believe that.
Man, he really humped at the shot, and I'm sure I heard it hit. So I don't know. We never saw him move to the left there, so I don't know. Maybe we should go down right where he was standing and look for blood.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. But, you know, can you believe the chances of that? Like, we're following a mule deer and the whitetail pops out. I mean, thank goodness I had a tag.
A giant whitetail. I thought we had a deal.
Well, I mean, the gun was in my hand. It's not like we could change cameras and guns and everything else. It just happened so quickly.
Really? I thought we had a deal.
Hey, you know what? You could have stepped in.
I could have, eh?
Yeah.
That's a big whitetail though. Like that thing's a giant. I'm telling you right now. That was.
Well.
Like, I don't get excited about whitetails too often, and you knew I was excited about that one.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna lose light pretty quick. So.
Let's go down to right where he was standing.
Yeah.
Look for blood, and then we'll see what happens. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radios, communication for every adventure.
So we've been walking for about 15 minutes and we haven't seen any blood, but we think we're tracking him. So it's really discouraging. It's going to get pretty thick in through here. So hopefully we can just either bump him or get him up out of his bed. So we'll just keep going here.
It's a big track though. It's got to be his.
It's got to be, right? Oh, I think I see him.
He's right across in the bush, eh?
Oh my goodness. I have had the worst luck this week. Oh, look at that. Well, my mule deer hunt quickly turned into a whitetail hunt.
You see a deer like that, you don't want to pass. Oh, look at the side of him.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
What a deer.
Hold on.
Oh, mackerel, what a deer.
I just want to make that safe.
Well, let's get him tagged and
yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. I am
that is an old deer.
just bladed. Oh. What a beaut.
So tell me the story.
Oh. Well, we were hunting mule deer. We were actually going after a pretty good buck and got down on the bipod. He just wouldn't turn. All I had was his ass. And all of a sudden the doe started to run and we put on the miles going after him and got down to where the mule deer buck should be. And all of a sudden TJ shouts out, he's like, "There's a huge whitetail in the bush." So I quickly got down on the bipod and all I had was a frontal shot. And I just made sure I was steady, dialed it to 325 and squeezed the trigger. And I heard a thwomp. And then we quickly moved over where there was another opening just to be sure.
Oh, that gorgeous deer.
Oh my goodness. Like, look at the size of him.
That's an old deer right there. Oh. Look at the weight on his faces.
Like, look at that. And like, but he's split here.
Yeah.
And then that, like, and he's got like all the gnarlies here. Right? Oh my. He's got two neat markings right here. Yeah. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Wow. Like I say, it's been one heck of a week, so this is pretty emotional for me.
Hopefully Curtis comes along with the truck soon.
Well, Curtis, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, you have had the patience of a saint with me. I have had the worst luck all week.
I've seen it.
No. I'm like, am I a rookie? Like, is this my first day hunting or what? And then, of course, we bring Lyndon along.
Yep.
And he changes all my luck. And we got to see that huge mule deer.
Yeah.
That we took a stalk on. And he just was not willing to be a TV star.
Yeah.
And we started heading out into that one bottom we wanted to have a look at. And all of a sudden, there's this guy, and it's just like, get on your gun.
Oh, he's a beauty deer.
Oh my goodness.
I think Curtis just does this so he can get more work. He takes people out, kills these giant deer. Because you know this one's going on the wall, right?
Yeah.
No one said anything yet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
No, he's very deserving of it.
Yeah, Lyndon can't stay home now.
No.
He's hooked.
Just, stay in your pajamas and you're all good.
Awesome. Unreal.
Yeah.
What a buck. This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood.
But that's not the end of the story. Do you remember that big whitetail on Skyline that never offered a shot? Well, upon reviewing the footage, it turns out that buck is the same buck I took. So I guess karma occasionally does smile on me.
I still can't believe that happened. It never happens. Now, stay with us, and Curtis is going to share some tips on caping out your own deer for the taxidermist. So we pulled the cape off outside, and you get a lot of guys will bring stuff to you like in this form.
Yep.
But what we're going to show you today, I know you showed us how to take the cape off of the body on a moose a couple of years ago. So today you're going to actually show us how to take the cape off the head.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we just go in between the two antlers here, come back basically between the ears. And you can just stick the knife in. Always go with the grain of the hair. Don't go against the hair.
So you actually tube this one out rather than cutting all the way down the back. That saves you some sewing down the road, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you get a nicer product.
Yeah.
So you just need to make a small cut there, really.
Yeah, because we didn't leave any neck meat on this deer.
Yeah.
So it saves me a lot of sewing, and there's no stitch line, even though you can hide the stitch line.
Yeah.
But there's no stitch line at all. So then on the back of this antler, you come about 7 o'clock. I always stick my knife in at the pedicle or the burr. And I always just go back to that where I started. And this one about 5 o'clock. And again, it's going with the hair. It's going with the direction. So I'm not splitting or cutting against the hair. There we got this nice triangle. I like to skin it down so you can see that muscle. That's the ear muscle, but cut it closer to the head.
So you just cut the ear off whole and then you turn it out later?
Yeah, but make sure you get close. When you cut down, you cut close to the head, not out into the ear. And you can just pull that. If you get that hide cut completely right underneath there in your first incision, you can just pull that hide around. Then I just go up. Lots of people make a mistake. When they go like this, they go out, and then they got like a triangular little slices. Just make sure your knife is always pointed inward towards the antler.
That's what people struggle with a lot, is getting that around the bases.
Yeah, we see it lots where it's just fingers of hide where they come out. You don't have to come out. You can go right up underneath that. And you can actually just put pressure on it like that, and it'll actually just peel itself. Just take that. Same thing, you can just come in and turn your knife up. Big thick bladed knives don't work for this. Nice flexible knife. Just like that. Just put a little bit of pressure on it, and once that blade hits it, it just goes. You should be able to just pull that hide out. See, we cut nothing there. Just pulled it off. But you can't do it unless that is cut completely right up through. Here's the back of the eye socket again. And you just stick your finger in the eye, pull it. Basically, you're trying to pinch your two fingers together is what you're trying to do. And then cut behind it. Now it ensures that you pulled that back of that eye away. Same thing with the front. Right here. That's called the caruncle right there. That little knob in the front of the eye. Every animal's got it. That you just have to go back behind it against the socket. And then you got the duct. Again, see, I got my thumb in there. Got my finger on the nose. I'm kind of pulling on the hide for leverage. You Just gotta scoop that out. And you got the back of the mouth. And you just make this cut right there. And you can pull that. I always run my knife like that. I don't know. I can always feel the inside of the mouth.
So you're just trying to take a lot of the lips with you?
Yeah, take as much as you can. And once you get down to here, that nasal bone's gonna run out. So you're gonna run into the cartilage right there. Now you can just cut straight down. And then I bring the lips up to match. And then I get down to the bottom of that. You just stick your finger in the nose and just peel it back.
So then once the cape is off, if you can get that in the freezer, it's
Yeah.
good, and otherwise it needs to be salted.
Yeah, but don't salt it unless you know how to turn the ears and the lips and the nose.
All that has to be turned first. And
Yeah.
you gotta get all
Yeah.
any extra meat or anything
Yeah.
like that off of it.
And now you want to go put this in the freezer. Just throw it in a bag. That's it. Just dump it in a bag, and now when I get it, if it's frozen, I can hang it by that nose, right? And it'll thaw evenly.
Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.